is this going to be something beneficial or is it a stupid mistake? Like, could I have used this cash, been done with the deal and looked at it as a transaction, a business deal, and not got emotional into it and just said, cool, we're going to make money. We're making six figures. Like, cool, I'll make this and then put my money somewhere else, right? Or is this a smart decision that, hey, I truly believe that it's a diamond and it's worth so much more. I'm not going to give it at a huge discount. This is the thing, though. This is where you got to be smart. And this is where I'm challenging myself on. If it's a diamond, if it's such a diamond and it's worth so much more, why aren't other people paying for it?
Hello, you're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott, and today we're going to be talking about my exclusive $150,000 mistake that I just made just this past week, praying that you guys don't make the same mistake. And who knows, it could be a total blessing, right? It could be something, after this, you guys can tell me, like, what do you truly think? Was it a total mistake that I made, or is this something that could potentially be beneficial in the future? Only time will tell. But with that being said, the whole moral behind this is don't ever allow yourself to become emotional into your real estate transactions, your real estate deals, your day-to-day, whatever it may be. Business is business, and put all your emotions to the side. Okay. Understand the end goal, the transaction. And what I learned from this as well is take time I'm a very just action type of person. And I make a decision quick and then I move past it. I move on. Sometimes it's good to reach out to resources or take your own time. Don't make decisions on the moment. Okay. And just ponder on it for a little bit or pray about it, right? Like, ask God for some help on this or reach out to some mentors that can potentially give you guidance, wisdom, and say, hey, what is this truly worth? And break it down for you and write it out. I love writing things out, pros and cons, right? And I didn't do that for this situation. But let me explain the situation to you guys, right? You guys know, let me give you some backtrack really quick. A couple months ago, we had a fix and flip on the market that we hit the peak of the market, did amazing. We actually netted $475,000. It went $210,000 over asking price, which was just astronomical to us. Like it was crazy to even think about. With that all being said, fast forward to the last couple months, last 2-3 months, there's been stocks going down back and forth several times, interest rates getting spiked up. And by the way, the interest rates are still very low. Don't get entitled or, feel like this is some kind of ripoff, being that they're at 5% right now or 6% when they were at 2 and 3%. Don't feel entitled to that. Okay. I see a lot of people like that, and it's like, get over yourself. Interest rates are still great. The inflation rate they're quoting at 9.1%. So you do the math, you're still winning, but realistically, it's probably double that, what they're telling you. So not to get on a rant here, but common sense. Don't get entitled to the lowest interest rates in history for the last 5-7 years. Also, crypto prices dropping, taking a lot of people out. Just a ton of fear, right? Even inventory on the market. Back a couple months ago in April, when we sold that property, netted $475,000. It was on the market for 3 or 4 days and had multiple offers, and we were good to go, right? Like, we got locked up in 3 to 4 days. I have a current property that has been on the market for 5 weeks, and it was just having some issues. And that's what I'm about to talk with you for, but in regards to, but what I wanted to say is that there's a lot of fear in the market the last couple months, and in the next 6 months, I'm projecting 6 to 12 months, there's going to be a tremendous amount of opportunities. They just announced that we know that there is a true recession in place right now from what facts have told us, right? The government and, politics and other BS out there is trying to clothe it with some finessing of the words and all this other nonsense and BS, right? You guys know the truth. You know how to read between the lines. And a middle finger in the middle of your hand is still a middle finger, right? You can't cover that up. With that all being said, all these fools that are trying to make a difference of it, it's nonsense. But there's definitely a recession here right now. And there's a lot of fear in the market. The government is just trying to put a cloth over it, or like a cloth over it, so that you can't see, for the simple fact they don't want to pump more fear into the market, in my opinion. But people aren't buying as much. People aren't, even the ones that are shopping, looking for a property, they're like sitting on the sidelines. They are looking, but they're not actually being sold on the deal. And so our current property that we have listed right now, let me go over the numbers with you. I bought it for $1,060,000, and that was February 9th or 10th we bought it. I put $260,000 down as a down payment. I did hard money lending for the remaining amount, which covered $920,000. They covered the rehab cost, which was $200,000 in the rehab cost. And actually, they covered about 90 or 100 of it. I covered the rest of it because it went way over what we were anticipating. So long story short, like, this was the most expensive remodel that we've ever had, and it took longer. We ended up putting a rooftop on it. It's got an amazing type of property. It really is. And I mean, it's got ocean views, bay views, sunsets daily. It's got fireworks daily. It's got an amazing atmosphere. It's got a fenced in yard, 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. Everything's brand new, open concept. It's a gorgeous home, right? It has a big, nice backyard that could be set up for like a pool in the future. But I'm a big firm believer that it's important to have backup plans, right? It's very important to have backup plans. Many people that fail in real estate do not have backup plans. They have plan A, and then once that, doesn't work out, they end up jumping to plan Z. And that is true testament and like a way to set yourself up for failure. I'm a big advocate of having backup plans. With that being said, I ended up having several backup plans. I love the BRRRR strategy. If I can't fix and flip it and make a ton of money on it, then I am okay with doing a BRRRR strategy and refinancing it, renting it out long-term, doing Airbnb, setting up with some kind of seller financing, creative financing, even doing like daycare there and pulling in 20, 30,000 a month on that side. Like, there's so many different opportunities and ways to be able to make money, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I will always figure it out. I will always have backup plans. With this deal, as we sold that last one for $475,000 profit net, after all expenses, I walked away with a check for that one for like 700 something thousand, 790,000 or something, right? It's a lot of money. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So I got almost entitled or anticipated, and it, really expected that this property, because it was even better, like bigger, it had a tremendous outcome, ocean views, bay views, the rooftop deck, the fireworks, like just gorgeous. I was like, this one is going to sell for even more. And it's in a more desirable location that I'm in love with. And I'm starting to find out that just because I'm in love with it doesn't mean that others might be in love with it. And because that's just what the market dictates and shows what it's truly worth. So this property, it was just getting listed a couple weeks after the whole market started doing crazy things, and a bunch of fear, interest rates, stocks, crypto, the recession was on the way, and it wasn't necessarily announced yet, but sitting on the market for 5 weeks. And we priced it right because we had other comps in the area of other people pricing the same, like right around the same numbers with worse quality. And we knew, hey, if those aren't biting and ours isn't biting at our numbers, then something's wrong. So we ended up, after 5 weeks, we had such a big spread, and we were anticipating originally after selling that first one that, hey, we're going to walk away with 700,000-800,000 profit, right? After we listed it for the 1.75, we're like, cool, we're going to walk away with 400,000-500,000, right? And then it quickly, once we dropped it down 250,000 after the 5th week, thinking, okay, so we drop it down this low. Hopefully, I truly believe that it's worth every penny for 1.6 and a half, maybe even 1.7, but if we're not getting a buying frenzy at that point, then let's drop it down 250,000 down to 1.5 million. And we'll see if we can get multiple bids, kind of just bidding it up to the 1.55 or 1.6 million, right? After a week and a half, we had one offer, and they came in at 1.425, 75K less than what we were asking. Okay. They did this for several reasons. I probably would have as well, because it was on the market for a little bit. They know the market in general, like the fear that's going on. They feel the pulse. And then also We dropped it 250,000. Many people don't do that. They thought, hey, maybe these guys are really panicking and in fear mode and motivated, right? Maybe they can't afford to even drop more. So they offer 75K less, thinking maybe, well, my understanding, my belief behind it is maybe they'll come back at, 25K less, and then we'll meet in the middle at 450, like 1,450,000. That would be 50K less for them, which would be huge, right? Instead, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I believe it's worth way more. I'll give you $4,000 off or $5,000 off. So we locked in at 1,495,000. Now, with those numbers, granted, I'm still projected to make 140 to 150,000. I'm projected to make. We're all in after, estimated closing costs and commissions and all this other stuff. And holding costs. We're all in right around 1,350,000. Being that we are still projected to make like a great return, it is crazy how I let my emotions get a hold of me. I believe that it was worth more. I believe we were going to make a lot more. Maybe it's ego. I don't really know. Or I just got cocky thinking and believing in my heart that, hey, this is worth a lot more. It should be 1.6, 1.7. They're getting a steal of a deal. I'm going to be more stern and say no, because we have our backup plans of doing a cash out refi or, turning into Airbnb, building up with permits or an ADU on the property and making it more profitable in the future. So I thought about those things, and realistically, I locked it in for a couple grand less. They acknowledged it and like, yeah, we'll jump on it. So I was like, cool, we are on the right step. They realized how much of a great deal it is. They jumped on. And then as they're doing their due diligence, they started having a lot of questions and fear behind the rooftop deck, and basically just started, and with some termite damage that was in the garage for some old wood in certain areas that I left exposed so that they could see it. They ended up got a contractor to come in, and they got some huge expensive bid for 25,000. And I looked at it as, yeah, that's some ridiculous contractor that's overcharging you for all these things. My contractor is not going to do that. So I could get it done for a third of that price. They asked respectfully for half of that to be covered at 12,000. I was still looking at it like, no, you're crazy. I told you from the start that I'm not going to give any type of discounts or anything. And you guys have asked for this. I'm not doing it. Right. But I wanted to give them something to keep, the negotiations fresh. But I made the decision right away. And I do that with a lot of things. And most business owners and, good leaders do that, which is okay. But here's the regretful part behind it, or something that we need to take separation and really decide on some big factors here to see if this is a good deal or something stupid on my part. And only time will tell, right? So the monthly cost for me is $7,100, $7,100. It's been on the market for 5 weeks, right? And so last month, just sitting there ready, nobody buying, I paid that. I paid it since February, and I'm going to continue to pay that until March. That's when it's up and it's due. Now I can either relist it. It just fell out of contract today or yesterday. And because they wanted the 12,000 covered, half of what their quote was of 25,000, I said no. I gave them 2,000. Then they came back, said, okay, we're not interested. They took a couple days to think about it. Then they came back and they dropped it down to their original offer, 75K less of 1.425. Okay, so this is something you really want to keep in mind. Now we are getting out of contract, breaking the contract. They're getting their earnest money back. They didn't sign off on the contingencies, and now it's been 3-4 weeks. Instead of them closing this coming week, and us potentially getting $400,000, like 260 back for my down payment and 140 back for the profits that I would have made. Now I'm basically having to cover $7,100 per month still, and then the maintenance for cutting the grass and water bill, electric bill, gas. So is this going to be something beneficial? Or is it a stupid mistake? Could I have used this cash, been done with the deal, and looked at it as a transaction, a business deal, and not got emotional into it and just said, cool, we're going to make money. We're making 6 figures. Like, cool, I'll make this and then put my money somewhere else, right? Or is this a smart decision that, hey, I truly believe that it's a diamond and it's worth so much more. I'm not going to give it at a huge discount, even if I think it's a discount. This is the thing, though. This is where you got to be smart. And this is where I'm challenging myself on. If it's a diamond, if it's such a diamond and it's worth so much more, why aren't other people paying for it? See, the market will always dictate what it's worth. And if it sat on the market for that long and we only had one person truly interested, then, I mean, is it truly worth that? So that's where you really want to think to yourself, this is the learning lesson here. Don't get emotional into your damn deals. Don't get emotional into your deals and really take the time, the separation when you're making decisions like this that could impact your future and other things that for the average person or for many people out there, including myself, it could potentially lead to like bankruptcy or like, whatever it may be. This is $1 million plus property. So you want to be set up for success and not make stupid, silly mistakes, especially in a time like this. The property is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And if only one person was interested, now we could put it back on the market. We could do seller financing. We could do a cash out refinance. But all these things are going to take more time, energy, stress, finances, and potentially it could be more beneficial in the future with appreciation. And if I could build it and make it more valuable and so forth. But regardless, it will take more time and energy and it will cost more because I'm paying $7,100 a month. Instead of, I could have just given them $12,000 credit at closing, made a little bit less, still made 6 figures plus on the deal. And I could have been done with it this coming week, had the money and been good to go on to the next one, right? So these are the things that you want to think about. This is what you want to consider. And you tell me, hey, Brandon, you're a moron. You walked away from 150,000. You totally trashed that because you let pride and ego or whatever, like you got too cocky thinking it was more beneficial and better than it truly is, or what somebody's willing to pay for it. Or could it turn into a blessing that could be worth a ton more in the future, over the 2 million in the future, or something just super transformational, right? Only time's going to tell, but you let me know. You DM me on, let me know. Honestly, I'm very interested on Instagram. You could go to Instagram. It's Brandon Elliott Investments. DM me, if I'm a moron or not, right? And what you guys think. Or put in the comments for here or on Facebook as well. Brandon Elliott Investor. So facebook.com/Brandon Elliott Investor. Yeah, so that's just kind of what it is right now. The hard money cost is at 920,000. And that's the biggest issue that we need to get paid off. And that is due in March. But each month it's costing us 7,100 plus maintenance of now we got to get cameras and all these other things. I could put it right back on the market. I have time, still have great margins, but before we know it, that those margins could keep dropping and drop lower and lower. So you got to be smart and intentional with your stuff and think before you act. My learning lesson behind it was don't be emotional and jump into it right away. Maybe take some time, separation, speak to my mentors, ask them for their opinion, get them to speak some sense into me, speak life into me, like write it down, pros and cons, pray about it, really get to the details of, is this more beneficial? And writing it down, pros and cons can always help out in many ways. Like, okay, the cons are I'm paying $7,100 a month, cutting the grass now, utilities, all these other things. Stop getting emotional into it. But that's my 2 cents behind that. I also want to let you guys know about Tulum. Tulum, guys, Tulum. Okay, I can't stress it enough. We are going to be in the most exclusive proximity of the most amazing human beings in the world, honestly. And this is only for 1 week's time. It is in September. It's 1 month from today, September 19th to September 25th. It is going to blow your socks away. Honest to God, it's going to be transformational. It is set up as a 80-20 type of rule of 20% education. I'm talking 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that's it for 2 days. No more, just amazing knowledge. Just beat your head up with amazing knowledge, stuff that you will never, ever have heard before and truly will walk away inspired and motivated with actionable tactics that you can truly make real wealth with right away. But my goal is also for you guys to network and be around the pool, just be able to have long lasting relationships built from this, as well as partnerships and rekindling relationships and just having limited beliefs broken off you. Amazing testimonies are going to come from this. And I can't wait. I know it's going to happen. And wholeheartedly in my heart, I know that this is going to be a transformational breakthrough for so many people. So it is going to be, once again, from September 19th to September 25th down in Tulum, Mexico. All you need to do is get your tickets to fly into Cancun, Mexico. We'll have transportation to and from the hotel taken care of for you. It's all-inclusive resort. So All food, beverages, alcohol, it's all included. It's a brand new resort. They just finished building it a couple months ago. Paris Hilton just stayed there a few months ago as well. And we're going to have fireworks a couple times throughout the night, a networking, cocktail hour. We're going to have some high-level amazing speakers. I can't wait for the friggin' speakers. You guys are going to be blown away from it, as well as a boat day. We're going to have cenotes, just amazing atmosphere with amazing human beings in a proximity and a small atmosphere of exclusive entrepreneurs that you're not going to be around ever again. Trust me, like this is, you want to get in this atmosphere, triple down and invest in yourself today, because in the next 6 to 12 months, it will totally change your life forever. I promise you that. It's going to be tremendous breakthroughs and opportunities in the next 6 to 12 months. And you want to triple down on your education and your proximity, your net worth, right? Like your network is your net worth. And when you get in that right atmosphere and you learn from the high level individuals and get best friend relationships with people and amazing atmosphere like Tulum, it's a no-brainer. So I can't wait for you guys. If you guys are interested and not like tiptoeing around the fence here, you're really serious about this, DM me the word Tulum on Instagram, Brandon Elliott Investments. So the word Tulum on social media anywhere to me, or facebook.com/Brandon Elliott Investor, the word Tulum, and I will shoot you over more information if you have any questions. We are taking just this week is our last week, really locking in the final list for people. And I can't freaking wait for everybody that's going to be there. We have amazing surprises for you guys that are going to blow you away. So I really can't wait. And as always, if you need any credit repair done for you services, check out creditrepairmobile.com. Otherwise, if you really want to get educated on what we're doing with Credit Counsel Elite, right? Like what are we doing in Credit Counsel Elite? It's educate, fix, build, leverage, educations throughout the whole process, but truly understanding how the banks and lenders are judging you so you know how to play the game of credit. It's like real life Monopoly, guys. Afterwards, fixing credit faster than anyone in the industry. We have high level credit repair companies that come to us to be able to get the real true facts and to be able to get real true results for them and their clients. If you got bankruptcies, collections, hard inquiries, over 100K plus in debt, we can show you how to remove this stuff faster than anyone in the industry and get your score back up to where it needs to be. Afterwards, building it and getting to the 800 club, possibly for the very first time. I want to show you how to be able to do so all within 30 days and be able to do your first mass apply. Ryan just did his first mass apply and he got $454,000 in new credit lines. Okay, with one card at $100,000. Think about all the sign-up bonuses that you can get. Jaden got $17,000. You can get just opening up bank accounts and building relationships. You can get 5, 10K in sign-up bonuses. So this is like tremendous stuff. The mass apply you can do every 6 months for yourself, and also business credit where you can get multiple, even up to 7 figures in funding within 12 years time frame. So all of that to be said, once you get this credit lines, then you put it to work, you leverage it into real life assets and your goals, your dreams. So you're not on the fence anymore. You're not slacking. And in the next 6 to 12 months, when you have these awesome relationships and education and the opportunities are in front of you, you can invest into them to really put that money to work, just like the banks have been doing to us forever. Okay, so I'm really excited for it. We're teaching travel hacking and so much more. If you want to learn more about Credit Counsel Elite, check out creditcounselelite.com. That's www.creditcounselelite.com. Click that learn more and you'll be able to watch the most recent webinar to really be able to understand exactly what we have going on and what we're showing you, what the opportunities are, and to see if you're a good fit for our group as a whole. With that all being said, no, I say that a lot, but love you guys all so much. I hope to see you on the next podcast, right? And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. That's Ready, Set, Go, REI, and leave a 5-star review to let us know how exactly you feel about it. I love all the support and the feedback. It's been amazing so far. Share this out. Let somebody know, put it on social media, share it out, tag somebody that needs to see it. And yeah, we're all geared towards educating, motivating, and preparing you to actually take action in real estate investing. It's changed my life. I know it can do the same for you. Credit has catapulted that. So if you really want to get on your top A game while the recession is here and there's opportunities in front of you, take action today. And we will see you guys soon. God bless.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining, and Until next time, God bless.